as you call, and also be audible so we all can hear you. Now, if you're unable to get through to us via the phone lines owing to one network challenge or the other, do remember that you can also drop your messages and I would gladly read them. You either drop them on Facebook underneath the comment section, that's in the comment section on Facebook or Twitter, or WhatsApp and Telegram. So I'll read out the WhatsApp and Telegram number again. It is 0809 030 6416. Nigeria Info, good afternoon and welcome to the sunny side.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon to you. Welcome. Turn off your radio set, please.
Okay.
Could you please turn off your radio sets? If you don't turn off your radio set, we can't have this conversation. I'm sorry.
I did.
All right, then. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. I'm with NLC 100%. But this palliative they are giving because of the subsidy removal. I don't just understand. If really the FG, the federal government, wants to reduce the pain from the masses, from the commoners in this country, they know the right thing they should do.
Okay, you're listening to Nigeria Info. Hello?
Yeah.
You are listening to Nigeria Info. I want to be sure you know the station you're tuned into.
Really?
Hello?
Okay. I'm with you.
You're listening to Nigeria Info FM. I hope you know that. And you know the conversation we're having. I'm sorry I have to let you go. I think you missed it. Nigeria Info, good afternoon to you and welcome. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Mr. Zion, good afternoon to you.
Mr. Zion, you're welcome. Good afternoon. Go ahead.
We cannot eradicate poverty in Nigeria.
Why can't we be optimistic for once?
The Constitution even gave you the provision not to be poor. The Constitution of Nigeria is formulated for you to be poor forever. That is why the day you pick that engagement letter, civil service, you say that it's a poverty forever. I'm telling you the truth, but these are the things they will not tell you. What is your minimum wage? 10,000 naira. Is it not so?
Minimum wage is 30-something thousand naira, not 10,000 naira.
No, 30,000.
Oh, okay.
30K. That is minimum wage. If you are paying anything more than that, or you receive anything more than that, you are a thief. That is the Constitution. How much is a plate of food today? How much is your house rent? On a normal case, as a civil servant, you shouldn't be paying house rent. You shouldn't be paying medical bills. You shouldn't do that. But are you not paying? So how can you become poor? How will you be rich? Any civil servant you see that is driving SUV, put this on record. He's a thief. Who gave him the money to buy SUV? At the level of GL15, which means that should be it's a managerial level now. Get to level 15, get level 14, manager, principal manager level. How much is your salary? See, the truth is this. Until we get to understand the factors and bases that grow a nation, we will remain like this. And the only thing we can grow up with will be criminals, forging documents, prolonging their age in civil service, modulating figures to get more money, and the rest.
Okay.
So you know that recently NLC asked for a strike, right?
Yes.
It's enough to do.
Yeah.
What are they striking for? Are they striking for an increment of your salary? Are they striking for the purpose of the betterment of Nigeria? Are they striking for the accountability of the subsidy funds that have been generated? What are they striking for?
Mrs. saying that, hold on, before we move on to NLC strike, that's like digressing. Let's come back to the beginning. What basic factors must we tackle in a bid to eradicate poverty in Nigeria?
I'm coming to you when I talk about the strike. The basic factor is give us the basic amenities of life.
Once basic amenities are provided, we are once
accommodation, education, power supply, industrialization, and healthcare. Is it not so? If all these things are put in place, let us be honest, your 30,000 can make a sense. Okay. Because your house rent to be deduced from the salary for a rate of 30 years, which is what you can be collecting from my 30,000 naira is 500 naira per month. Every month, 500 naira multiplied by a year, that is house rent for you. So as a government person, I'm not talking about another person as in.
I still was finding it difficult to understand his point exactly, but thank you so much for calling, Mr. Zion. Now on Facebook, Wolverine X Henry Young says bad government. Once the issue of bad government is tackled, everything will be taken care of. Now I like to respond to Henry. Henry, even in America, even in London, even in Canada, even in some of those countries that some of you want to jackpot to, I hope you do know that they have poor people there. There is poverty. It may not be at the same level as the poverty we have in Nigeria, but there is poverty. Now, they seem to have an organized system. They seem to have a good government, but there are still people there that are poor. So if the government of Nigeria becomes better, does it then completely eradicate poverty in Nigeria? I am not saying bad government is not part of it. I am only asking, in comparison with other nations that will have good government. Samuel Clement says, by putting some companies in order and build some infrastructures. David Oluwatobi says, insecurity, unemployment, diverse of economy. Okay, I think you mean diversification of economy from fuel to other non-oil sectors. All right then. Thank you. Nigerian Farouk. Hello. Okay, so I think our call screener is back up. So when you call, the first voice you would hear will not be my voice, but that of the call screener. Once again, the number is 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, 0817 923 0007. I see your messages on Facebook. For some reason, network is not allowing me to read them, but I will eventually find a way around it. Okay, Odoyi Elvis promises, I think we have to tackle the mindset of the people because poverty starts from the mind. Mr. Zion is calling back, but I think we've heard from Mr. Zion already. So I will move on to Pius from Eneka. Hi, Pius. Welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning.
Good afternoon.
I want to contribute because concern work with make that what they will use to eradicate the poverty in Nigeria.
I asked, what are the basic factors we must tackle first in a bid to eradicate poverty in Nigeria?
The only way is that when the government themselves, they will begin to tell us through in this country and stop lying for us. That will solve the situation of poverty in this country. Look at refineries. There's no one that they can take care of it. And they are saying they are fighting to eradicate the poverty of the country. And they will begin to fight because that's the fuel price that high this country that caused the poverty of this country. There's nothing more than this. Except they do that, and you will see that the poverty will fight itself. we're going to do something about. Because when we don't do, let us stop to count us and telling us lies in this country.
Okay.
Please.
Government should start telling us the truth. Desmond from Chansamadi, welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Okay. I want to say something concerning the matters they're discussing. You see, one of the causes of poverty in our land today, apart from government failure, it also has to do with the way they handled the people that dwell in the rural areas. For instance, there is so much negligence in our rural communities. It is like all the development, government development, is centers in the city. And you and I know that people dwell in the rural community. Some of them come from there and commit crime because they are neglected. No social amenities. If you go to some countries, you wonder whether do they have a government. So those who are bred in this place, they have a sense of negligence, like government don't care. And anybody who grow up in the rural community can become anything. It can come to the city and become a criminal. So our government needs to carry this rural community along. For instance, there are in River State, let me just in River State, if you go to our community, all the schools, the secondary schools, they are in wreckage. And people are there. When these people are not properly trained and they come to the city, they become nuisance to the city. So let the government also carry people who dwell in the rural areas along in the whatever.
But the people in the rural areas, hold on. The people in the rural areas, they have local government chairmen. They have councillors representing each ward. I mean, they have senators in the House of Assembly that are supposed to be representing their senatorial district. So how best are they supposed to be carried along? I mean, what are these councillors and local government chairmen doing?
Okay, let me answer that. There are senators that represent Port Harcourt City. Why is the government not allow Port Harcourt, the one or local government, Port Harcourt City Local Government Council to carry all the development in Port Harcourt? So the same way they are doing the city, they should also attend to the needs in the local communities.
No, Desmond, I want us to understand something about how government works, okay? There is government at the grassroots, okay? There's the local government, there is the state government, and there is the presidency, as it were, the one that governs the entire country. Now, the president cannot necessarily know or may not necessarily know the peculiarities of a particular local government. For example, Obiakpo local government area. It will take someone who is representing Obiakpo local government area to make some of these, problems known and also look forward to a way to addressing them. Are you saying that these people that have been assigned or came to solicit for your vote at the election or during the election period, they don't know the problems that are peculiar to those in the rural areas? Or they are not looking forward to a way to making those problems go away? Or is it that the people in the local government areas or the rural areas, I don't know what to say particularly, but are they not trying to get these people to do the right thing? Because government. Yes, we look forward to the bigger government doing stuff. However, there are those within that locality that know what is going on there that should be the first to be held accountable when things are not going right. If a local community does not have pipe-borne drinking water or health centers or schools, who should we look up to?
Okay, let me answer you. You see, if half of the attention that is given to the city is transferred to the local communities.
And that is what I'm saying. Who would champion the cause for attention to be given?
Let me learn. I'm coming. For example, you made mention of the local government chairman, the community head. But these people don't have that power. They may have, you may see them, like the local government, like in my local government. Sometimes the local government can come maybe for people to clear the road and pay them. It's just a small thing. It doesn't account to anything.
Okay, so hold on, Desmond. Your point exactly, because I need to move on to another caller.
All right, thank you.
Oh, okay. Good luck from Andoni. Welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Your question, what are the basic
factors that we must tackle in a bid to eradicate poverty in Nigeria?
Yes. Let me just go to my point. We talk about one, education.
Education, okay?
Yes, the government needs to upgrade the educational status to the modern pattern, like we are talking about technologically. And from the basic education, government has to equip our educational system such that before a child could pass on from the primary education system, the child must have acquired some skills and knowledge. I'm talking about technologically, because this era is the era of technology. So we are talking about the AI system of technology. I think we need to follow that. Secondly, is we have to talk about accommodation. The rate of rent payment is too high. Government have to build quarters for people to occupy, and at least through that they can generate. I think they can generate revenue in order to subsidize the rate of payment in house rent. Another thing is they should go to the health sector. They should equip the health facility, like bringing modern health facilities, and subsidize the cost. Another thing is they should create employment. The rate of employment is too low. When we are talking about poverty in Nigeria, the rate of poverty here is too high. It's too high. If they do some of these things, it will bring down the rate of the poverty. We agree that there is no way people will not be poor. Yes, but let's not be on the high rate we are experiencing right now. So they should create employment opportunities. Employment is not in this country at all. No employment compared to those days.
Create employment, he says. Real Gifts from Port Harcourt Town. Welcome to the sunny side.
Good afternoon to you, Lady D, 2W.
Good afternoon to you.
Thank you very much. For me, I think the first factor is leadership. Because we are told in my community that when a fresh fish wants to get rotten, it starts from the head. Except the way there is dynamite key. But from the belly side. We are from the riverine community, you know now. Now, if we get leadership right, a lot of these things would fall in place. Just like the Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God. Even the ones where ask for God will can give you. If we get leadership, you find out that most of these things, we talk about IT, you talk about employment and what have you, will fall in place because the good leadership knows that this and this is what we have to do to eradicate poverty in the country. Look at the leadership in this side of the divide vis-a-vis that of the Arab world, especially the Saudi Arabias of this world, the Dubai and what have you. You see that in those areas, because the leadership there is good to a large extent. Don't bring the angle of human rights, whatever, for now. Let's talk of leadership. You find out that they put things in place. As we speak right now, there is a particular country, in Dubai, where they are building a linear city for the future. These are people who think outside the box. But when it comes to this side, because we don't get the leadership most of us desire to have, you find out that they do copy and paste. Take this one, then they do what they want to do. It's for me, the only factor that will eradicate poverty in this country is good leadership. Because if we get a good leadership, every other thing will fall in place for every time now.
Okay. According to the World Poverty Clock, it reported that there are 71 million, extremely poor Nigerians, according to their 2023 data. And now, the Minister for Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betty Edu, is disclosing that, as of yesterday, poverty eradication in Nigeria would reduce the level of insecurity witnessed across the country by over 50%. In her words, and I quote, "When we win the war against poverty, we would have won the war against insecurity by over 50%. Now, for every single time we talk about insecurity in Nigeria, we are quick to point at poverty as the root cause. So it's not about the security agencies not doing their jobs. It's about what is making people even resort to crime that is now causing insecurity and unrest in this country. And we say poverty. But behind poverty, you know how they say a tree has roots, it has branches, it has the stem before it begins to bear fruit. What basic factors must we tackle in a bid to eradicate poverty in Nigeria? If I say I have malaria today, and I want to treat malaria, and I go to the hospital, there are options available to me. I either take oral medication, tablets, I either opt for injections, or I opt for, is it drip? How do they treat malaria these days? I had the one they put the medicine into the drip, and they put your cannula, and then it starts flowing into your body. Now, I may be free from malaria at that moment. But what are the chances that malaria will not attack me in the next 2 weeks or 1 month? What are those things I must do to ensure that I do not have malaria again? So if I eradicate poverty today, what are those things that even got us to this point where we have over 71 million people that are extremely poor in Nigeria? If I don't tackle those things, what are the chances that I may just be living in a bubble, hoping that, poverty is finally gone, and you know what? Kiss insecurity goodbye by 50%, or by how many percent you possibly can think of. Let me read your WhatsApp messages as we begin to round off. I'm Soki Fubara from Port Harcourt. Simple look at the society. You will see that the poor neighborhoods got lots of problems and crime. Poverty reduces humanity sadly and creates a lot of senseless behavior. 1. Good formal education. 2. Encouraging homegrown agriculture plus youthful creativity. And tech. Government should provide basic infrastructure for people to thrive. Open-mindedness. In your outlook to life, respect culture, creed, and political persuasion of fellow humans. Work with whoever that will add value. Someone says, that's how it is, not possible. Government policies are not favorable. We continue struggling till God knows when. This one reads, until the government of Nigeria realizes that poverty in the land is the major cause of insecurity in the country, then they will continue to fight insecurity. Fidelis Elemowa from Chokocho Eche. Good afternoon, DDW. Destiny from Port Harcourt. One of the most effective ways to eradicate or reduce poverty is looking elsewhere when it comes to funding our economy. We have looked and focused more on petroleum products over the years as the major source of income for the economy, while neglecting agriculture, solar power, and other natural resources like the cocoa and other cash crops. We as a people, not just the government, have focused more on these jobs. No one values agriculture because they have looked down on it. It's not just the government work. Back in those days, there was no priority on education, but there was food on the table because of agriculture. So why have we neglected these jobs? Secondly, security. If there's no security, there won't be food for farmers. Health sector should be prioritized. We can't have a government that is budgeting less than 1,000 naira for a citizen's health care for a whole year in their yearly budget, and yet they fly out for their own health care. And above all, we need an accountable government, because all this won't thrive under a bad government. Thank you. And thank you, everyone, for being a part of this conversation. Now, if we still have time after the live appearance that comes up after trending stories, we'll come back to round off this conversation. If not, maybe I may read more of your messages. If not, I guess this is where we wrap things up. I'm Denise Dennis Wallow. Thank you for being a part of this conversation on the Sunny Side, on your number one station for talk, 90.3 Nigeria Info. Remember, conversation continues on Twitter at Nigeria Info PH and Facebook page Nigeria Info 90.3 PH. Just stay tuned.